views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
My name is Anaya and I will be your host for today's episode of BronxNet Open 2.0. Welcome, everyone. Today, we will discuss a topic that affects millions of seniors in high school around the world. It's called senioritis, and we are here today to provide you with the tips and tricks on how to beat it. In today's episode, we will discuss some of the challenges seniors in high school face as they near the end of their high school career. Later in this segment, we will hear from a few seniors via Zoom. Right now, I would like to introduce you to a few of our Open 2.0 seniors.
Hello and welcome. My name is Taylor.
My name is Princess.
We are here today to provide you with tips and tricks on how to beat it.
First, before we get into how to help, let's break down why we experience senioritis. The start of senior year is an extremely busy and demanding time. I mean, there's applying to colleges, keeping up with schoolwork, and just juggling outside activities. The thought of it is just exhausting and overwhelming. It just makes me tired sometimes. Anyway, all of these factors put together can cause intense amount of stress. This stress can cause students to burn out easily, which can lead to experience senioritis. Now that we've discussed what causes it, let's talk about how to end it.
An important part of managing your tasks is balance. Balance is a skill that you need in your everyday life.
Can you explain more?
By balancing out the challenging aspects of your life, you might be less susceptible to senioritis. For example, instead of doing a large amount of work at one time, try breaking it down. You can do this by working on the assignment as soon as you receive it, or even just by taking breaks while you're working. This can cause you to feel less overwhelmed when taking on the task of homework. By taking breaks or splitting up the work, this can stop you from feeling strained and lead you to focusing more on the quality of your work.
Balance is key, but do you know what can really help you balance your life? Keeping a checklist of the tasks that need to be accomplished. Maybe just writing down the tasks you need to complete can not only help you keep track of your work, but also holds you accountable. You also feel accomplished after you check off each task on your list.
Another element of managing your tasks is getting enough rest.
What do you mean by that?
Well, as we all know, resting is a crucial part of our daily lives. However, it is even more important when we are discussing the stress seniors are currently going through. A lot of the time, we forget to rest when we become overwhelmed. Even though we may believe that we are doing ourselves a favor by doing these extra hours to complete some work, we are actually hurting ourselves in the long run. Without sleep, we can feel irritable and less motivated, and this can deter us from completing our work. In short, prioritize your rest because it is definitely needed.
Last but certainly not least, add something new to your schedule. Don't just stick to one schedule.
Can you add on to that?
What I mean is that change is a good thing, but you should also have some structure in your life as well. When I say add something new to your schedule, I mean once in a while, maybe you could listen to some music before you start your work, or even just put some music on as you're working.
What about stretching before you work?
Stretching is also a great way to keep us interested and not feel like we are in the same routine. I believe that we should also have a schedule to maintain that order, but I feel it's also best to break out of that routine sometimes to keep us on our toes and prevent us from becoming more bored.
Wow, this talk was pretty insightful. I needed to learn some of this information.
I know, right? I'm glad we had this conversation.
And that's all for our team discussion today.
Thank you, ladies. Now, I would like to move on to our other amazing seniors via Zoom.
Hi, my name is Sapia and I'm a senior.
Hi, my name is Kayla Ann and I'm a senior.
Hi, my name is Haley and I'm a senior.
Hi, my name is Sydney and I'm a senior.
How is everything going? So I know that, this is a difficult time because, we're all seniors and it's normally just, a lot going on. So I just want to check in with you all and just to see how everything's going.
I mean, I would say that everything is kind of stressful right now. I'm not getting my typical 8 hours of sleep, but it's going pretty well. I'm enjoying senior year and all of the festivities, but I would say that the college application process is pretty stressful along with some of my classes.
So, how does it feel applying to all these different colleges? I know that normally, since we've been in elementary school, it's been like this buildup, like, oh, you're going to apply for college. So now, how does it feel to finally be there?
I mean, I agree 100% because basically when you go to college, you're a young adult. And right now at this moment, I don't feel like a young adult at all. So um, I can barely juggle anything I do right now. So it just makes me think of like, hey, will I be able to juggle all the assignments that I have to do at college and sleepless nights? I mean, I can juggle sleepless nights, which I've been doing for a while now, but it just makes me wonder. But it is a new journey that I'm excited to take. And of course, I'm going to be sad not being there with my friends if we not go to the same college, but hopefully that during this journey, nothing changes and some stays the same and I get to meet new people on the way.
So have you guys encountered any challenges along the way? And like, if you have, like, do you feel comfortable enough to like just share and like, let us know maybe like how it went and how you like handled it?
I again have to agree with both of them because they're like right on track with it. But one of the most challenging things, at least for me personally, was probably writing my main essay because I think I wrote about 4 drafts and I changed it each time. And mainly because I wasn't sure, like, oh, am I doing this entirely correct? Or is this what the colleges want to see? Or am I being like personable enough? Or is this, do I need to add more facts and more like data? But um, between that and supplemental essays, everything being due on like November 1st, at least for early action, which was very, very stressful. I believe I submitted like 14 of them at that one time, which was, yeah, it was a little crazy. But definitely, it's like kind of fun doing it. Like when you at least writing it and trying to figure out, like, oh, wow, this essay makes me sound like really like wholesome and like a really good person. And like that's what colleges want to see. And they want to see that, oh, you are a good student, but you're also like, you care for other people and you do community service and you do things that want to help others because like that's who you are as a person, which has always been really nice, at least writing my college essays and looking back and being like, oh wow, look, I did that. That's really incredible. But definitely that, and trying to fit a like certain amount of words onto a page, because I believe for one of my essays it was like 250 words, I went to like 300 and it was very hard to cut down. So learning how to do that and learning how to not procrastinate, again, like what Safia said, because I procrastinate a lot for sure. So learning how to balance like social, college, and school all at the same time has been definitely a challenge, but it's really nice and to know that when I get to college I'm going to know how to do all those things at once.
So, how are you guys just feeling as a senior? I know I checked in and asked how's everything going, but just like being a senior, like, like I said before, like our whole life has been building up to basically like, this whole moment this year, and it's about to be the end of your high school career. So, how are you just feeling right now in just terms of, living life as a senior?
I'm feeling kind of tired as a senior, honestly, but I'm really enjoying everything about senior year, so that makes up for how tired I am.
It's kind of like a little balance there. So lastly, I just want to know, do you guys have any suggestions that you would give to 11th graders that are, preparing for 12th grade, anything that you think that they should be aware of before they step through this, important time in their life?
Okay, so I would say my main thing is to remember to try to make your college list early. Like try to figure out what schools you're interested earlier on. Cause again, I overthought like where I wanted to go. I wasn't really sure. So I was kind of scrambling last minute to add schools to my Common App. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go to this school, but it was kind of like I should have done that sooner. So I would say like try to make your college list sooner, try to get your essay done sooner. And also like try not to get so caught up in the idea of like a dream school. Like whatever school you end up going to, it's what you make out of the school. It's not what the school necessarily makes out of you. Like it's what you put into the school. So wherever you go, I would just say like try to make the most out of the experience and don't get too caught up in like prestigious schools and like acceptance rates. Like if you want to go there, apply. Like you never know what's going to happen. Don't let anybody discourage you from trying to go to a school that you really want to go to.
I'll say that don't be on TikTok too much. Actually, I'm joking. When you go to college, just don't think that it's only your grades that are going into college. Like it's not all about grades. College wants to know about you and your personality and who you are as a person. So just remember that, hey, you don't have to be staying up late at night studying for your test to get an A plus just to go to colleges. They want to see your grades and your personality. And remember, when you're going to a college, you don't know who you want to be when you grow up. Like I'm very indecisive myself. I can't even figure out what I want to be right at this moment, and I'm applying for colleges now. So just don't stress about what you want to be. Just try to go to college and figure it out, because once you are by yourself in that space, that's when you're going to figure out something. So just remember, be yourself and find a college that can best suit you.
I agree with that actually. So one of my pieces of advice that I would give to juniors is it's okay to be indecisive or undecided, because coming from experience, I really went into this like completely blind. Like I had no idea what I wanted to do. My parents had put some schools down on my like list, but I truly had no idea about it. I didn't know where to start or like where to continue from there or even anything at that point in time. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But once I started like getting into the process and kind of like looking into like, oh, what does this school have, or what does this school have, it's a little fun. It's definitely stressful, but it's definitely fun. And you also get a sense of what you kind of like to do. Like I know a lot of people say, oh, it's okay to be undecided, but never, it's really hard to believe it because I have been there. But once you start to get into it, you start to learn like, oh, I kind of like this, or I think this is really interesting, and I would kind of like to further study or learn what this is about, so that I might be a potential career. So definitely don't stress or don't worry, and don't think that everybody around you has it figured out, because trust me, they don't. Like they may know exactly what they want to do, but it's definitely been a struggle for them as well, just coming up with that answer for sure. And I think don't stress about it too much to the point where it's like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to go, I'm not going to get in, because I promise you, you are going to get into a college. But definitely be yourself. And another thing, don't center your whole senior year around college. Yes, that is a huge part of it, but you also want to make sure that you have just a little bit of fun with your friends and that you enjoy yourself and kind of live in the moment, so that way you have like all the memories and you can go to college and be very well rounded and say like, oh yes, these are my friends and they have changed me and they helped me get to where I am today.
Welcome to Open 2.0. My name is Princess.
And my name is Taylor.
And today we're going to be talking about Parkchester Green Market, a farmer's market in Virginia Park. This farmer's market has so much variety and much more to offer. It's a program that was started and sponsored by Grow NYC to expand the everyday menu that could be found in the Bronx. It's something truly special, and I would love to show you what they have to offer you.
According to the Grow NYC website, located on a busy stretch of sidewalk between the train station and 2 bus stops, the Parkchester Green Market transforms this transit hub into a lively community center connecting residents of all ages and backgrounds. Members of this diverse community appreciate the variety of fresh local produce that can now be found right in their neighborhood. We walked through the market and saw what each stand had to offer.
The first stand we went to was R&G Produce, a vegetable vendor from Orange County in New York. It was extremely vibrant and provided balanced options to ensure that you get all colors on your plate. They offer green beans, celery, eggplants, and huge parsnips, and much more. I was honestly surprised at the size of those parsnips.
Up next was Nature's Way Farm, which had to be my favorite stand. They sell honey, pollen, candles, and soap from Chemung County, New York. Their selection is very wide, from skincare to beekeeping supplies. They even offer soaps for kids with toys inside. As you can see, there are multiple different kinds of honey, some I've never even heard of. Their prices are listed on the stand, but they're even better on their website, shop.natureswayfarm.com. Again, that's shop.natureswayfarm.com.
The next stand was my personal favorite, Meredith's Country's Bakery, a baked goods vendor from Ulster County, New York. It caught my eye the most as I walked by the stands in the market. As you'll see, they have many different options available for just desserts alone. They offered 4 chocolate chip cookies for the low cost of $3.25. Yes, you heard me right. And to even go further, they have banana bread, gluten-free black and white cookies, and all the pie you could dream of. Their full menu can be found listed on the side of the stand. Don't miss out on the opportunity to bring one of these full-size pies to Thanksgiving. You can find them on Instagram at Meredith's Bread.
Last but not least, we have Terhune Orchards, a stand that sells small fruit, baked goods, and more from Dutchess County. At the time we went to see Terhune Orchards, it had its biggest variety in apples. It was full of different types of apples, including but not limited to Mutsu, Cameo, Fuji, and Golden Delicious. They came in many different colors. We also saw apple cider and cookies. You can find everything they offer at terhuneorchards.com. Again, that's www.terhuneorchards.com.
I really enjoyed my time at the Green Market. Upon researching it, I even learned that they had a special appearance from our very own Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez last year to inform New Yorkers about the importance of the 2020 consensus.
The market unfortunately ended its weekly appearances on Friday, November 19th, but it will be reopening for one last day tomorrow, November 24th, in order to accommodate for Thanksgiving shoppers.
Check out the Parkchester Green Market at Virginia Park on its final day for your Thanksgiving needs and let us know what you think.
What's going on, Bronx Net? It's your boy Dev, and I'm here with
Coda Kim.
My vision since I was 15, I've been that young boy dreaming. Mind prison, knew I'd find the key and let out all my people. Time shifting, I don't need a watch, cause it's of no existence. I exist, seems I've lost my genesis. Truth and the genius, lost my homies. I don't see no creed, race, or color. Never see them as another than my brothers.
So Coda, what do you think the music scene is like in New York right now?
I think it's interesting. As far as like New York, like the music scene to me, it kind of seemed like a big pot of gumbo because like it's mad just being thrown into it. There's so many different styles, so many different preferences of like expression. So like, oh man, I personally love it, but there are definitely times where I'm confused. But I can't just narrow it down to what it is. It seems like it's a whole lot.
All right, so what's your least favorite and what's your favorite topics on Bronx music or just New York music?
I like when people keeping it real. I like when they express their pain. I like when they express their truth. I like when they express their happiness. I like when they express just things that are authentic to them. That makes me feel more drawn to the music. You know what I mean? So yeah, just authenticity.
Authenticity is very important. So Coda, what's your most proud accomplishment?
I would say just being able to think something in my mind and like execute it. To me, that's an accomplishment. So I have various accomplishments, but just in itself, being able to have that frame of mind, that will, that urge, like, you know, if I could think it, I could do it. To me, as long as I did it, that's my accomplishment, and doing that in itself is my biggest accomplishment.
Yeah, so what's your hobbies besides music?
Besides music, like I love like collecting like cards and stuff. Like I love collecting like Pokemon, basketball, baseball cards, MetaZoo, Dragon Ball Z. Those are like something that I do away from everybody. Like most people that talk to me on my day-to-day do not know that I even have those things. But like that's one of my best hobbies, just collecting cards and stuff.
That will conclude our segment. I would like to thank you for joining us for today's BronxNet Open 2.0 segment.